that should be good there. Just gonna give it a couple minutes. All good there. Okay. Hi, everybody. Manaphy 101 here. Welcome. Been a bit of a hiatus since I played this and continued it, welcome to Song of Horror. I had to a bit of a refresh myself on all of the different where I left off last, just because it's been a while. And hopefully I don't completely screw up with this. We'll see. But we're picking up where I left off last time, which in 5, from what I recall, we had gone to an asylum where we were trying to figure out a way to destroy the box. And so I had sent one girl in, Lydia, to go into the asylum, and I had a door minigame, and she died. So now all I have left is Daniel at this point. Hopefully I can beat it at this point, and the thing is I barely remember where half of it is, so bear with me if I'm trying to figure out where I left off and where I am next for this. If there's any issues at all with any sound or anything like that, obviously let me know if you're watching here or afterwards. I apologize if the audio's a little funky. I was trying to test it a little earlier to see, but we're just gonna hop right in here. I am praying for no mirror minigame or any wraith minigame in here, just because I'm horrible at it, and if that's the case, I will definitely lose Daniel. It is just a guarantee. And I'm just gonna have to learn buttons again and learn where everything is again, and learn audio cues. Look for a place to hide. Yeah, that's the heart minigame, which I think it's the left and right trigger. I am playing this on a gamepad. I know some people play this on PC, like just on keyboard, but I am ill skilled when it comes to PC games, so I'm just so used to a controller at this point. But we're just gonna make do. Okay. So I'll do that. So that's my inventory. So I have a tiny key and a badge of perseverance and some drawings. This is the documents. I have a dismantled and a taxidermist instructions. No, do not do that. How do I bring up my... Nope, that's the menu. Nope. What's the menu? Ah, here we go. Okay. So I can at least hide in this room. Oh, I barely remember any of this. So I think film projection. Yeah, I don't even remember what I need to do in there anymore. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay, well that moves it there. Okay. So I remember in the entrance that puzzle thing's just the generator, and so is the dining hall is just generator stuff. Oh gosh, why is it so slow? Okay. So I'm just gonna, I don't mean to like, okay, let's just, the piano. So yeah, I can hide in there. I think. Tons of musical scores, what's left of them, which isn't much. I don't think there's much else to do in this room. Thank you. It doesn't like the lights, but it likes the song. Am I supposed to do something on the song? Okay, cool. Done. Okay, well, I think we're done in this room. I really hope nothing bad happens. am I now? That door is locked. I can't get in there. There's that door up this way. We're just gonna go through all the rooms again. If just gonna try every room again. What's the worst that's gonna happen? I die and I have to start all over. I barely remember half of what I did. I remember that was a thing that happened. I think we had brought in a bunch of light or something, and turning the light was in here. So I don't think we have anything to do in here anymore. What's in this? There's no way I could open them now. Well, that's unfortunate. Stop glitching out on me, game. Please. Hello? Hello, game. My whole game's frozen. No! Hello? Okay, menu for a second. There's a chance for it to kind of fix itself. There we go. Taxidermist. This area is so nice. I swear I've already been in this room though. Nothing in here. Not much. Well, that didn't help a whole lot. So we're just gonna leave. The only good thing is Daniel's pretty well rounded for all of his skills, which is the only good thing that he has going for him right now. That door is going to be locked, I think. Yeah. Let's try this key. That was inside a piano. Okay. And we want to use. I can't open it with this. I need something I can pick the lock with. Well, Kate, you know what? Daniel, you're so picky. I don't hear anything. Nope, not the right key. Well, that answers that question now, doesn't it? Well, that just sounds like death. Yeah, no, we don't need to go in that door then. Nope. Nope-de nope. Hello? I didn't see it. Daniel, you're in the way. It's okay. We don't need to see it. Da-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum-dum-dum. We're just gonna go back downstairs where it's safe. Okay. There was still some stuff in the film room that I forgot what to do. Okay. Where can I go? There's the film projections, which is also a place I can hide. If the lights could stop flickering. Okay. Thank you, pixelated wall. Can I use this? Haha! Okay. Can I inspect it? Surprisingly in good condition. Hello? What does this say? I can't read that. 11/1/1920. Okay. Maybe I can use that in here. Or
this looks interesting.
Okay. Oh, don't do that. Oh, 1920. Interview with Ariadne. Hello?
Hi, Ariadne. How are you? Do you feel like talking today?
Is that the music box in the background?
I think you're right, that I don't see things like you do. If you don't feel like talking, you can draw. Whatever comes to you first.
Box on the table, okay. Can I... Oh gosh, game. There we go. Take the book.
The light. It doesn't like the light.
No, we can leave the lights on, actually.
The light? Who doesn't like the light, Ariadne?
Yeah, we don't need to have the lights off. No, we don't need to take the lights on. Leave them on. Like, we don't need to take them off. Ugh, fine. You're just asking for death right now. Alright. Oh, gosh. I don't like any of that. We just stand very close together in the light.
It's me. We can listen to your box if you want.
No.
Sometimes I hear you playing it when I pass by your room.
Oh, I don't like any of that. Cranky yank. Can we not? Can we not walk through stuff as well? Is that better?
No. No, you don't hear them. You don't see it or understand it.
What don't I see? Tell me how to understand you, Ariadne.
Sleep. Like me, in my bed.
Okay. Why is this game not taking any of this well?
You want me to sleep with you? It's normal not to want to sleep alone. Sometimes I get scared at night.
Not here. At home. Daddy, Mommy, and Elaine sleep there. And they understand.
Sorry? You mean you want me to sleep at your house?
Yes. Sleep there and listen to this song.
And then you'll talk to me.
No, then you'll understand what she means.
Oh, who's this gentleman? Is it your daddy?
No.
No. It's Mr. Neuer.
What? No, but that can't be true. Mr. Neuer? Me? That's impossible. This film is almost 80 years old.
Oh, that looks like a person underneath. Oh, no, we're not touching that. I think I fit under the table. Awesome. Oh, what is that noise? I can hear it. Doors are locked and labels are practically illegible. Okay. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Read. Okay. Procedure report 31-1. Just stop it. Stop it, creepy noises. Patient Ariadne Legrand Amsberg. Therapist Dr. Anis. Okay, Daniel, can you stop having a heart attack in the background, please? Description. The volunteers are divided into two groups, the experimental group and the control group. The 12 test subjects will be placed in individual padded cells. The 6 subjects from the control room, group north, will live there for the duration of the experiment and will not experience any other change to their usual routine. The 6 subjects in the experimental group south, including Ariadne, will be placed 2 cycles of the song from the music box daily, approximately 4 minutes. This procedure will continue for 21 consecutive days. Notes: the patient is expected to verify that the melody has no effect on people, and this effect is presumed to help in the treatment of her mental condition, which does not seem to improve at all nor respond to other treatments. Regardless of the results and given the young age of the patient, electroshock is not recommended under any circumstances. Ugh. Stop. Stop lights. Can you stop? Hello? Lights, can you stop? You done having your hissy fit?
What the hell was that all about?
Are you done? Okay. Oh, there's a door back there. I was wondering. Okay. Are you done, game, having a hissy fit? Okay. What's over here? Any bad noises in the darkness? Does not sound like it. Ooh. Okay. Nothing I can use. These also have aged well and will be honest. Where am I? Ooh, okay. These are all the cells then that they had kept them in. So what's considered north then? If at all. So I guess let's go all the way around? Yeah, I guess. So this way. Hello? Soundproof, can't hear anything. Well, that's unfortunate. Boxes have been sealed for almost 8 years. I don't feel the urge to open them. Well, that's unfortunate. These are all soundproof, so how on earth am I gonna be able to tell anything? Do not jump me. Game, can you please stop? It could be a good hiding place if necessary. Okay, good to know. It's a dead body. Yes. Could there be enough dead bodies? What's this? A list seems to be a magical belt, but it's completely worn out. I need to find another one. Okay. Let's not push that. So we need a belt. Now the question is, at this point, do we try and open a door?
Damn. Can hide in there.
Yeah, we're hiding. Go. Oh, don't glitch on me now. Oh, I'm gonna lose. nerve-wracking right now with the game glitching on me like that.
Christ, that was horrific.
It was. Open the door? No. Okay. So... let's try... The only thing that's bugging me right now with these soundproof doors is I have no way of knowing if they're safe until I actually try. And I'm not a big fan of that. Does sound okay. Enough with the dead bodies! Hello. Alrighty, okay. So this is day 2. The day after that first one. Okay. So for area name, monitoring the experimental detailed in the other one. Okay. 2 of the patients in the experimental group had disappeared. I was doing rounds in the east wing when I began to hear screams coming from the cells. I went in that direction to try and calm the patients down, but they were non-responsive. I'm not even sure if they could hear me. Their screaming was so loud. I ran to the security room and returned with the manager. As soon as he opened the cell, we saw that it was empty. We could hear shrieking noise sounds all around us, so it was impossible to know for sure. But I swear the loudest screams were coming from the very room we were about to enter. Besides, as soon as we opened the door, all the screaming ceased at once. We've checked the rest of the cells and one of them is empty, but no one moved any of the patients. What the hell is going on? I must get to the bottom of this. Okay. It still doesn't really narrow down which one's her cell. Where am I in this? Oh, we're in the morgue. Oh, that's nice. The light is on and pointed at the refrigerator. For some reason, that makes me feel a bit more at ease. It makes me at ease, too. If I don't find answers, this might just be my future. Okay, well... One of these refrigerators is closed shut. Someone tied a band to the handle so it wouldn't open. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so I need this band probably though for the that a belt to get the elevator moving. You know what? I want to take the chance. If I die, I die. To take the band? Yes. Oh, it's probably gonna be a mistake. Broken belt. Okay. Don't do anything to me. So I have no reason to go back in there anymore, right? Game. Okay. Now the thing is, I don't want to just keep willy-nilly trying every single option under the sun. Maybe I need to go back to the entrance hall to get that stapler thing, because I need to figure out a way to attach this belt together. Because I don't think there's any tape as far as I know. Yeah, the elevator will be probably up there. If not, it's going to take me downstairs. Yeah, so this is the South Ward. So these are the people that were given the music. We just don't know which one she was in. I would assume she's on the east side. Just based off of, what is it? If the game could stop being so slow. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I think it's this one. They heard tons of screaming. Yeah, 6 were in the south, including Will in the 2 cycles of the song. Yeah. Anything on the back? No. Anything on the back? No. Yeah, you know, let's try. Can these mannequins just stop? Like, I hate it.
Who's there?
Daniel, can you calm down? Not moving. Presents, are you deciding to be a jerk? Sounds fine. I hate the sounds I'm hearing because it just sounds constantly like it's the presence over and over again. Oh. Yeah, that. Should I try to reach the stapler? I guess my problem... You know what the heck, why not? What's gonna happen? Other than you cut yourself like a moron.
Damn it, I cut myself.
Moron. Hmm. You know, we don't actually need... Oh. Oh, I got lucky there. Holy crap. Oh, I got so lucky then. I mean, power to the lift would be nice, but the problem is I can't even turn it on right now, even if I wanted to. Ooh, I got lucky with that. Game, stop switching on me. Hello, rats. I guess. Okay. So I can't do anything with the stapler this exact second. Definitely not going in the morgue again. So if I put power on the lift, my question is then is where am I gonna? Oh. Need to fix it if I want to use it somehow. Yeah, but with what? But with what? Oh, I might have to get access into the first aid, and then it gives me tape. So do I just start guessing rooms? Because I don't like that idea. Okay, I don't know. I don't know where to go is my problem now. Gosh dang it. You know what? We're just gonna try doors. It's probably a bad idea, but you know what? We live for bad ideas. So this way? Nope. Unless the security tells us which rooms have what, though. It's the only other thing I can think of. Oh, hold it. I hate to go backwards again, but I want to see if I can. It's similar to episode 2 where you can have like a security camera to see if the room's safe or not. And if that's the case, then I would put the power back into security. Which would be awesome if it did. Okay, this is... Well, it was a hope. Oh, camera. I don't know why it's glitching as bad as it is right now. Ooh.
What are those noises? Huh?
These are all good questions.
Is this real? Or am I dreaming?
We're dreaming. We're just dreaming all the noises right now. Hello, presents. Could you go away, please?
What a relief. Silence at last.
Yes, it's so nice. Alright, sounds okay. satisfied enough. Okay, I'm gonna start trying doors. Seems like a bad idea, honestly, but there's absolutely no way for me to know. Watch, half of these are gonna be locked. Well, there's truth. Yeah. Figured that was gonna happen. Damn it. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Yeah. Now where's it gonna put me? I mean, if it lets me start sort of again?
Husher died in there, trapped. He probably struggled and screamed until he went mad trying to find a way out of that godforsaken place. Like me, only, in his case, nobody got there in time. I imagine he thought that there was a quicker way to go. The same way that Faber chose. And maybe I would have done the same in his place. What I saw myself do in that mirror was just too much. Is this what lies ahead? Maybe I already know it, but I'm trying to hide it from myself. Maybe deep down, I know it's a hideous omen of what the future has in store for me. Maybe I know that, like everyone who's come across that cursed box, I too will take my own life. That I would rather surrender to death than face whatever it is that lingers behind that infernal melody. I should burn the thing. Make that melody vanish from the face of the earth. But what about Ariadne? She's alive. What if only the box can stop this? I can't destroy it without knowing for sure. Maybe there's something in Legrand's diary. Oh God, I need to rest and gather my thoughts. I need to sleep. I can only hope the nightmares won't be as horrible as real life. What?
Ooh.
That place, that melody. God, I need to find something. There must be something here. Faber, Husher, every single person who attended that cursed concert in the Abbey, the entire Legrand-Amersberg family, and I, we all heard the song. Argos Legrand's diary, which I found in that place beyond reality, was my only hope of unveiling something, anything that could take me down a different path than the rest. And yet, Legrand's notes seemed like nothing more than erratic and incoherent ramblings of a broken mind, so demented that no one could put them together in any order, much less understand them. But I found something towards the end that made some kind of sense. Although, I wish I hadn't.
It's all over. Just a moment ago, like every night, the song was invading my dreams, grating incessantly. I woke up, soaked in sweat, and veiled by the shadows. Natalie was sleeping, but I was not. This time, it had to stop. I was hell-bent on destroying the source of that awful song. I went down to the basement and tore down the same wall I built myself. With each blow, I cursed the moment I decided to bring that melody into my home. I couldn't take it any longer. There she was, behind the wall. My wife, huddled in a corner, holding Elaine in her arms. I froze. If Natalie was there, what kind of diabolical creature was sleeping by my side? Monsters. All of them. My beloved Elaine, Natalie. The monsters had locked them away and wanted to take Ariadne. They wanted to take my baby. I grasped the mallet, determined to do whatever it took. I would not allow those fiends to take my daughter, not without a fight. They would rue the day they tried to harm my family. I would kill the monsters and the black figure and find my little girl. I followed them throughout the house. Every room was shrouded in darkness. There was something unnatural in the air. The melody had transformed into a choir of blood-curdling howls. But I finally cornered them in the bedroom, where I finished them off. I drew blood, and it flowed like a well from the grotesque black figures while they screamed and writhed, the vile, deceitful fiends. And then I went back to the basement, and there was nobody there. Natalie and Elaine had disappeared. No, that isn't true. They had not disappeared. They had never been down there. They were upstairs, in the bedroom, where I had left them. There were no monsters in the house. Except me. Only me. Only me. And the presence.
Oh my God. It ends like this? Wait, what is this? Jeremy Hartwood Mental Hospital, 1920. Psychiatric analysis and treatment of patient Ariadne Legrand Amsberg. Dr. Berenice Prestegard. Oh Christ, I can barely stand up. I really need help with this.
Well, you're very limited on your choices, because dead, the only person I can get to is you, because I've killed pretty much everybody except you. Alright, Lydia. Take two with you! It's my only choice, so. Goal will be to try to get a little bit farther with her than I did with him.
Guess what? I need your help. Now, I know, I'm very sorry for calling this late, but listen. I found something. It's only a small lead, but it mentions everything, and has the Jeremy Hartwood Hospital stamp on it. Yeah, that's the one. I know it's a bit far, but I think someone there, Dr. Berenice Prestegard, read this diary years ago and looked into this madness way before we ever did. It says 1920. There must be something left of her research. Not mistaken. The hospital was abandoned shortly after World War I. So maybe everything is still there. Her notes, her files, something. No, I think I'm running out of time. I feel bloody exhausted. I can no longer tell the difference between reality and my hallucinations. I need you to look for something, anything, and call me. I know it's a lot to ask, but I don't want to end up like the rest. And something tells me I should visit Ariadne one last time. Yeah, take your cell and call me if you find anything. As soon as I find out what Dr. Prestigard was investigating, I'll drive over to the Grant Ammersburg mansion. Yeah, good luck to you two. And thanks.
Okay. Kind of have a fresh start now, which I'm kind of happy with, but I'm really hoping I don't get screwed over with some mini games. I think what happened last time was I had the door mini game and it just, for whatever reason, just didn't work. And then she died a lot sooner than I would have liked. There you go. Signs of a document, sometimes you find useful. Yeah. The only kind of good thing is I do remember the key for the security door. I at least remember the combination, so I might not even have to do that one puzzle if I don't have to. But we'll see. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I kind of need to load the walls. Hey, you know what? I'm okay with a see-through wall if I can see things and I can get through it.
Jeremy Hartwood Hospital. An old mental health institution for the rich turned dump. Or something worse.
Okay, so trying to not speed through this part, but try to catch up back to where I was. I think there's not lots to look at here.
What?
You can still feel the noises everywhere.
I should take a look at that old power generator.
Yeah. Can I take a look? Well.
Damn it. I think I overdid it.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think there's much else. Okay. So we have to get into the building because I gotta find a replacement cord or cable.
Daniel, you didn't overcome your alcohol addiction to let this kill you. I certainly won't let it happen.
Right. No, don't do anything with it yet, please. Nothing to see here. Alternative side. Also gotta just remind myself that not every single door needs to be unlocked, but it's definitely a feeling that you need to sometimes. Alrighty. Come on. No. Back. Sitting, standing, black shirt, white shirt, mustache, glasses, which I believe ends up being the 7 numbers are in the photo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three. pretty sure it just ends up being 7643331. So we'll see how that goes when I get there.
Oh, I think this photo is more than it seems.
Oh.
Well,
Huh. Okay, well, I can at least type in there. Alright. Here. Should I take this drawing to save? Yes. So one thing I'm gonna try to do, if her hands are a lot smaller than Daniel's, then maybe she can take the stapler.
oh.
Not too far-fetched things that could be useful. Yes, take it. And then we're gonna get out of here as soon as we do this.
Shit! What was that? What's in there?
We don't need to know what's in there. You don't need to think about it. Because we're done here, right? You don't need to go anywhere else. And now we're gonna go right back outside. before I grab that, I want there to be lights. So we're gonna wait until I get power back on in here. That's definitely one thing I want done first. We go.
Nice
that.
one.
Let me. I'm failing at it, but I'm trying. So just mostly people just streaming episodes 1 through 4. If the game will just stop glitching would be amazing first. Come on, Ford. Is it? Yay! They are mostly people, I got to the cells, I had only Daniel left. I died, so now I have to repeat this one again. So I'm trying to keep her alive as best I can before we can do it. So I'm not too far into it. I think at most all I've done is power up this generator here, and technically I know, yeah, it's mostly just episode 1. Yeah. I mean, episode 1's pretty good for getting this thing here, but man, episode 4 is just a pain, and so this one's just kind of amplifying that. So, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put power onto things, if the game will let me. Okay, so we're gonna put power and security first. I'm at the beginning of episode 5, yeah. And I apologize for the game glitching as much as it is right now. I think some of it is my internet, even though it's pretty good. I don't have a direct line through my computer right now, so I really hope that doesn't cause a lot of problems with me doing half of the mini games. I was worried I was going to lose Daniel with some of the heartbeat mechanics because of it, but we'll see. Okay. I think. Let's try it. It's the worst that's going to happen. Oh yeah, she freaking cuts herself too, so it doesn't matter.
Just cut myself.
Well, then, well, don't say you can do it then, huh? Okay, I'm glad if the stream's good. I was worried it wasn't. Yeah, episode 4, my biggest gripe is the Wraith minigame. I'm also just bad at it, honestly. But there's too much of... every single character I lost to was because of that minigame, every single time. Okay, so 7, 6, 4... 1, 2, 3... 1. Awesome, so that's clear. Now before I go in there...
I've frozen to the bone.
Oh, now it's freezing in here? Oh, okay. We're fine! Lydia, you're fine! Lydia, you are okay.
I have to resist.
Oh, you're fine. We're gonna stand by this light here and it's gonna be amazing and we're gonna keep walking. We're just gonna spin in a circle until we are thawed. Okay. We're fine. Okay.
I was about to freeze to death.
Yeah, close to it. now that that's... So now we're gonna put the thing in the work. I got lucky with this because I forgot that I had put the power in the morgue. But we'll do that for that. Okay, so we're gonna go into the security area, and then we have to go upstairs. I think my problem, again, I started halfway through and I took a break from this, so that was partly the problem. At least now this is a fresh take on everything, which is good. But I really only have her and then Daniel, and after that everyone thinks gone, so.
I see some notes there.
Ooh.
Let's have a look. Ah, Dr. Baroness Prestigard. It's a good start.
It is.
The session with Ariadne was by far the most productive to date. Not because of the conversation we had, for her mind continues to adhere to the usual extravagant patterns, but because today she asked to get her things back, which led me to a surprising discovery. Down in the storage room, I was convinced I would not find any of the belongings taken from her when she was admitted, but there was nothing further from the truth. There was a diary and a music box. After handing the box to Ariadne, I quickly browsed through the diary, which apparently belonged to her father, and that's where it gets interesting. After years of researching paranormal phenomena, Argus Legrand's investigation led him to the Abbey of St. Cecilia, where a cursed concert had supposedly taken place. After spending a considerable amount of money, he got his hands on the only remaining sheet music from the concert and convinced an acclaimed musician to play the music one more time. The new cursed concert would take place on a steamer that would sail down the Rhine a few weeks later, and both Legrand and his assistants would be there to contemplate the true effects of the song. After the concert, the tycoon wrote the following in his diary. Those ignorant, illiterate fools. I can only laugh at their curse and their stupidity. The only misfortune that damn song has brought is a hole in my bank account. Alas, at least I take the melody with me. I will have it recorded and play it each day for my family. Ha! Those drunk, lazy bastards. Their misfortune was caused by their own stupidity and bad blood. Wanting to put the blame on a song is yet another sample of their total lack of culture. Argus Legrand never knew that the steamer suffered a strange accident, just hours after he got off, that killed everyone on board. And yet his thoughts on the melody eventually changed. They did indeed change. And yet his thoughts on the melody eventually changed. They did indeed change.
I can't believe it. Daniel wasn't exaggerating. This is much worse than I ever imagined.
I think this door ends up being locked. Down here. That ends up being locked. I don't think there's much in this room until we play the film. Now we need to go upstairs. Okay. Okay. Well, Daniel, it's all you. All you, Daniel.
Oh, shit. That was not a good idea.
No, it was not.
I should have gone myself.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it, Daniel. Don't be such a crybaby.
Well, we're back to close to where we were. I was hoping she was going to last a lot longer than that, but we tried. Oh, look, it's see-through again. Aw. I was really hoping it was going to be see-through. Can you imagine if you played this game and it was just all see-through walls, so you could just see where the presence was everywhere and it didn't matter?
I'm running out of time. I have to find Lydia and the answers I'm looking for, quick.
Well, sad news for you is she's dead, so I don't think you're going to find her, but you can maybe find your answers. Alright, well, she's upstairs. Already have to go upstairs, so.
Oh, Lydia. God, I hope nothing's happened to you. I'm so sorry I got you into this mess.
Yeah. I do eventually want to do a run where I do a no-kill run, but I don't know if that's going to even happen. I can hope. But, yeah, she died. I'm horrible. The only mini games I'm semi-okay with is the silence one and the heartbeat one. Every other mini game I'm absolute garbage at, unfortunately, and when they teach you these mechanics, they don't really give you much in instruction, which is not good. Yeah, she's not very strong, which is partially the problem. So I'm gonna guess that's I don't know how much the stats even play into anything either, because I'm not very good at using the objects or anything like that. But some of it is anticipating the dodges. I was not the greatest with here, and I'll be honest, some of that is my game is just visually for me, it just glitches half the time, so I can't tell. But man, I have to get that one. I'm waiting for it to go on sale because I want to get both Little Hope and that one for a decent price. So I'm waiting. Alright, can we... Yes. Turn on the lights. We like lights. That's a Bible. Oh, hold it. More lights I can turn on. I want that. Oh, maybe it's just these things. Okay. That's artistry stuff. Yeah, I'm liking the game. I like the permadeath mechanic because it definitely makes you more stressed on edge, and I like that. I think what I don't like is just episode 4. I think is the one thing I'm just like, no, because it's just way too long. And there's no guidance or even some flow either is my other problem. Yes, I'd like tries to take it down. Yep, we want that.
Interesting.
Yeah. The heck happened?
Shit, what the?
Hello? No. Okay. No, yeah, and then, like 4, my biggest flaw with that one is the flow of it is like non-existent. You have no way of telling where the heck you're supposed to go right off the bat because it randomly places you in places. This one at least, so far the flow has been better where it's like, okay, I know I need to go here, I know I need to go here next, and you get a sense of where you're supposed to go and what's new and what isn't new. But like in the other in 4 it was just so many different places to go, and it's like some of the puzzles didn't give you much instruction on what the heck to do, and to me it wasn't worth that. Okay. Doesn't like the song. Alright. It doesn't like the light, but it likes the song. Mustache. Come on, game, please. There we go. 8 with a squiggle. I'm gonna save this one. Yeah. Mustache. Backwards K. Circle thingy. Mustache. And Y. Oh, so the last 2 minutes of what I said, basically is with 4, I didn't like the lack of flow. At least with this one, I find the flow is a bit better where you can at least tell where the heck you're supposed to go. Oh gosh, why is it floating like that? Okay.
It doesn't like the light, but it likes that damn
This
song,
one
right?
at least flows a bit better with where to go and kind of getting a sense of where to go, versus 4 is just so all over the place on where it wants you to go, where you think you need to go, what things you do and do not need to open, and that part to me is the one crime that episode has, and it sucks that it's so long and so critical just to get to here. So that's too bad. Like even though I was streaming it, when I had done it, I had to look up a lot of stuff with episode 4 just because I was losing so much track on where I needed to go that I was just like, you know what, it's not worth me griping over 4 with how long it is. So I was like, you know what, I'll just read up on where the heck I was supposed to go for some of the things. So just because it just wasn't worth it. On the back, okay, great. She blinks, awoken by hunger. 'Tis night time, and she listens. She takes flight, swift, lethal, silent. You scream as she tears you away from yourself. Satisfied, she lands on her nest and hoots the wind. announcing her victory. Her firm grip paralyzes you and blood spills as she feasts. Beats her wings, sated she sleeps. Cool. Something fascinating over here to read. Yeah, exactly. Like in at the end of the day, games are just supposed to be to have fun, and I don't think it's worth pulling my hair out just to say I beat it on my own without a hint. Like, I don't mind trying to figure it out at first and just see if I can figure it out, but other times it's just not worth it. Open that door. This key I don't think I have access to. Lock's broken, so I need a lock pick. Completely jammed, can't go that way. Yeah. That's like a lot of puzzle games. Like any game that has like a puzzle element, any kind of game like that, I'll first try to figure out a little bit, but I don't want to spend hours. But I think this door I can't open because it's got demonic noises. Yeah. Hi, demonic noises. It's so nice to hear you. Okay. And that other door I'm pretty sure is locked. Can't go that way. So now we need to go back downstairs. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that would be amazing if you could just get paid to do all of that. That'd be amazing. But sadly, it's for the selected few. This is about close to where I first started my stream. We're back to here again. Because I think I got into here, but at least now I have a better sense of where things are, so I kind of am not upset. I think I figured once I had done what I did that I knew I was going to kill Daniel by doing what I had done, but, oh yeah. I forgot, you guys are big on this, yeah. Use that. Got the films. Awesome. Yeah, and I think it's, oh gosh. More, this is June 11th. I'm not gonna use that.
This looks interesting.
Alright, Ariadne.
Hi, Ariadne. How are you? Do you feel like talking today? You know, I think you're right.
He
but
didn't
I
die
don't
in
see
my
things
chapter
like
1.
you
I think
do.
I got Sophie killed in chapter 1, though.
If you don't feel like talking, you can draw. Whatever comes to you first.
I mean, for all we know, he probably is dead in that demonic hell somewhere, and who knows what's happening. Come on, there we go. Let me give you the book.
Turn off the light. It doesn't like the light.
The light. Who doesn't like the light, Ariadne? Who is that old lady?
It's me.
We can listen to your box if you want. Sometimes I hear you playing it when I pass by your room.
No. No, you don't hear them. You don't see it or understand it.
What don't I see? Tell me how to understand you, Ariadne.
Sleep. Like me, in my bed.
You want me to sleep with you? It's normal not to want to sleep alone. Sometimes I get scared at night.
Not here. At home. Daddy, Mommy, and Elaine sleep there. And they understand.
Sorry? You mean you want me to sleep at your house?
Yes. Sleep there and listen to the song.
And then you'll talk to me. Oh, who's this gentleman? Is it your daddy?
No. It's Mr. Neuer.
What? No, but that can't be true. Mr. Neuer? Me? That's impossible. This film is almost 80 years old.
Joke's on you, Daniel. You're the presence the whole time. Okay, so anything on the back? No. So I think the gist from this thing is basically saying they had done 2 test subject groups. Half of them were basically they just locked up people in padded cells, because that makes sense, and exposed one group to the song and the other group to not with the song. And Ariadne was part of the ones that were exposed to the song, which is in the south wing, which is in the next room. My biggest thing is I couldn't figure out which room's hers, because I think we're supposed to try to figure out which one's her room, which is fine, but the problem is the rooms are soundproof, so you can't actually tell if they're safe to open, and I just figured, why not, let's just try opening it, and go figure it didn't work. So I think we'll first just do a loop around again what I had done and not kill myself the way I did. The game could That's the morgue. I just want to activate this hiding spot option here. You can at least hide in there. Yeah, all of these other rooms are cells that they had kept them in, but we don't know which one's which. So let's go in the morgue. And this is about where I had died last time, so we'll see. Okay, so then this one, nothing on the back. So this is the next day. Monitoring of the experimental process detailed in the first report. 2 of the patients have disappeared. I was doing rounds in the east wing when I began to hear screams coming from the cells. I went in that direction to try and calm the patients down, but they were non-responsive. I'm not even sure if they could hear me. Their screaming was so loud. I ran into the security room and returned with the manager. As soon as he opened the cell, we saw that it was empty. We could hear shrieking sounds all around us, but it was impossible to know for sure. But I swear the loudest screams were coming from the very room we were about to enter. The Besides, as soon as we opened the door, all of the screaming ceased at once. We've checked the rest of the cells and one of them is empty, but no one moved any of the patients. What the heck is going on? I must get to the bottom of this. So, yeah, that's that. Hide. It looks like an older version of the machine I had held in the hospital. There's like so many dead bodies everywhere. Type span, so we're gonna grab this. So because the light's on it though, we shouldn't get murdered. Because I imagine if you did this without the light on, ooh, you'd be dead. Very bad. Very bad. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Oh, it looks like a key thing. It's pretty sharp. Okay. I didn't grab that before. Maybe now. Again, good. Get there. So, definitely don't think opening the cell's opening is going to be the worst mistake I can make. So, almost tempted to try the scalpel on that lock upstairs. This thing is, it's completely worn out. I need to find another one. Yeah, so that's the belt that we just grabbed, but it's broken, so we need to figure out a way to open it. So I think the scalpel on the lock upstairs might be our best bet. So let's try that. I feel like this room in particular is the worst one for things to pop out at you, just because it's just cells of people being tortured for who knows how long. Carrying static. I also need to put the generator power, I think, to the lift as well. Yes. The game could cooperate. I'm thinking I'm going to do the lift now. Just so that's at least done. Might not even need the stapler at all. It's just a way for you to get cut. Put that into there. Oh, we'll come back. So I've made some progress, but not really. Should not die. So I do a mix of PlayStation and PC gaming, but it just depends on the console that I want to play it at the time. I think I bought this on Steam, so I just figured it was easier to just play it this way. sure it actually did. Yeah, it did. But it just depends on the game that I'm playing, because some games it just works better on PC for me to play it than it is on my PlayStation. But uh, yeah, I just like both things. I just really my PC is nowhere near powerful enough to do half the stuff some people do, so I do it mainly for fun. Alright, so we at least survived that. He's definitely way stronger than Lydia is, though. That's at least a good thing. So if I have a strength situation, then he can at least handle it. But so we're going upstairs. Yeah. There's just, and the thing is, when I first started playing games when I was little, it was mainly PC, like click and point adventure kind of games. So that was my introduction to a lot of games when I was younger. That and Nintendo and all that stuff, but that was kind of my window to all of it. And, what's this? Can darkness go away? Yeah. The one thing I might fiddle with here, because I'm wondering if the game can't handle the yes, yes, yoink, box of flares. Okay,
Emergency flares. I could use these if I need to shine a light somewhere.
okay. Well, that's not what I thought was going to be in there. So that's one thing I'm going to actually. I hate to go into settings at this exact moment in time, but I want to see. No, visual cues when listening. I kind of don't want that. Render. Yeah, the render quality doesn't need to be that high. Effects, post-processing. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I didn't change language. I'm hoping that might make the game run a little bit better.
Wait.
Whoa, what just happened?
Am I dreaming?
Don't tell me she actually went into the house. Oh, I can't cross that door. Okay. Why would you do this? Doctor, you're way far braver than I am. Yeah, it just depends on the game in question that you're looking at and what you're wanting to get out of it. Oh gosh. Excuse me? Do they seriously have a Rosetta Stone? Oh, I'm glad you can read that, honey, because I can't read any of that. It's here. I felt it again. It happens sometime through, though always at night. When I turn out the lights almost unperceivably, barely, just barely past where my eyes can see, or when I close my eyes, watching me with eyes that are not such, lurking in the frontier between wakefulness and sleep. My dreams are unusual and my rest troubled. When I wake up, I remember seeing something in the distance through a window that I can barely make out, or in a fleeting reflection on the bright surface of the river as I walk arm in arm with my fiancé, lost in the muds of the Great War. Other times I dream a crowd is watching me and that thing is there among their gray faces devoid of expression. As soon as I notice its existence, I stop being capable of finding it. Do I really want to? Do I mean to find it? What does it mean? Well, portrait? It's hello portrait. Me, what am I doing in the painting? Yeah, those are both good questions. Oh, don't lift that. Why did I...
Wake up.
Ah!
It's... It, it's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's not. Yeah, we don't need to touch that thing again. Ooh, why is she just like descending into darkness here? Haha, it's like amnesia. Still doesn't really sound like anything.
It's the same room, and yet it's not.
Who's this person? What's happened to him? Okay, well that's is it Fisher?
Why am I seeing these people?
Because the darkness just wants to play with your mind. God, who would paint? Yeah, oh yeah, don't show that one. Oh gosh. What I don't understand is why is Ariadne not really affected by it? I dare not name it, but I know it's there. There is a presence that follows me everywhere and nowhere at once. In the walls and ceilings, but also buried in my mind, digging through my thoughts and painting them in the color of fear. Everything becomes a little darker each day. God, what's happening to me? When there is silence, I hear the melody, soft, slow, beautiful, dark, sinister, terrifying, and cruel. If I pay close attention, those impossible notes and unnatural chords echoing from the deepest of caverns reach me without passing through my ears. In my dreams, I descend towards an indescribable place I beg never to get to see. When I wake up, all I remember is the dread. That thing is at the end of the road. It is there. I know it is there. If that's even a place, they are the same. It is there. No, it's not. It's equal. It's equals there. Okay. Yes. Hi. Portrait of myself again. Mm-hmm.
Wake up.
Yeah, I'd love to wake
It's
up.
me again. What does this mean?
Well, I'm clearly telling myself to wake up and just leave this place. It's the worst mistake anyone could make. Nothing very interesting. Maybe she's just trapped in purgatory. Just keeps sounding like the music's getting louder.
Dear God, where am I going?
That's Daniel.
Who is this person? I've never seen him before.
Oh, that's Ariadne. Okay. So that's her. Okay. It's behind every door, waiting for me to step through. It's in the cracks in the ceiling, waiting for me to walk in. And in each shadow, every nook and cranny, waiting for me to turn my back. It's in the mirrors, waiting for me to look. Do I know that I'm aware of it? Please, please tell me it doesn't. No, no. If it knows that I know, it will come for me. The melody twists and warps, played by grotesque instruments no person could have created. It starts out with an awful screeching sound and slowly transforms until it can be heard amidst all the shrieking and anguish. I want to close my eyes, but I'm already asleep. I can't. I don't want to get there. These are not nightmares. It's more than that. I wish that they were nightmares, but those are gone. They died of fear a long time ago. All that remains is the horror and the plateau. Only the presence and the foreboding echoing of the song. I want to disappear, stop the suffering and torment, and never hear or see anything again. I want to stop feeling it, enduring it. But I have to finish. I must do it. I must. I must get there. Okay. Alrighty. What you got for me?
Wake up!
Very intense wake up.
What is happening to me?
Even anywhere on this map? Yeah, okay. You could get me out of this menu. Ding. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. It's very decrepit now. See why? I love how she's so willing to do all of this.
What? Who's there?
Do I want to know? Do I have a choice? Is that me? Should I take the bag? Take it away from me? Yeah, sure.
Damn it. I fell asleep. The candles have practically melted through, and the wax cylinder on the phonograph is about to run out. I saw something. I don't know what I contemplated in my dreams, but it felt so real. It almost felt like I was moving forwards, or rather downwards. But I don't know towards what. Don't know towards what.
Dr. Prestigard recorded herself while she slept. I need to listen to the rest of the recordings if they're still here.
Okay. Recordings. That still works if I want to listen to this.
Another one of the doctor's recordings. Let's see. Brilliant.
Poem by her. I drift off, asleep by the 100th number, to be carried away despite resistance. Somewhere else, out in the distance, devoid of dream, peaceful slumber. The song, it beckons, it pulls me, it screams, guiding me to the depths of my own mind, an ominous glimpse, the sole thing I find, something dark, impossible to believe. These cannot be only dreams. Have I been condemned? Did I become lost? What I'm seeing, what it means. Endless expanse. Most of the stone and past the perpetual eclipse. The rims of a sun that is not our own. Okay. So she was getting premonitions of the future. Yeah, because that's the dad basically murdering the family. One guy hanging himself. Among these strange drawings is a note that says, Elaine, Ariana's sister, murdered alongside her mother. Ariane was just a baby. How could she remember this? She didn't. The presence just showed it to her. Press the guard. Okay, so we're here. So where is there a phonograph that we can use? Unless there's maybe something in the musician's room? I don't know. Well, we do have flares, which is good, I guess. I wonder if we can actually throw flares into each room beforehand. Maybe. Maybe not. So I hate to stop the stream here, but I have to break for supper, unfortunately. Plus I need to get a chance for this to charge up because it's beeping at me that it's dying. I'm hoping to finish the rest of it tonight if I can. I'm just gonna eat and spend some time with my family quickly here, but I also want to try to figure out this internet thing, see if I can figure out how to fix that too, just because I'm glad to hear that at least on your end it doesn't sound like it's recording badly or anything like that, and it seems to flow okay. Just on my end, it keeps chopping up every few seconds, and I'm worried that if any minigame does happen, I worry that that's just going to perpetually launch me out of the game again, and then I'm going to have to start from scratch to where it was. But so I'm going to see if I can try directing completely Ethernet, see if that can help fix that. Probably will help fix with that. I think also the rendering might be a little bit, I think since I adjusted it, it's doing it less than it was before, but I'll see if I can figure that out as well. Yeah, so I think that's at least there. I kind of am glad I died just because then I can start from scratch with this episode just because then it's very clear. A couple of setters, but it's okay. Yeah, I want to try to make it a better, smoother thing there if I can. So I'll fiddle with it. Hopefully that can help fix it. Yeah, so I have a thing just running in the background just so that I can at least see it, but I might have to fiddle with it so that I can see, just because then I can see the chat kind of thing. Basically, it's just so I can read the chat. But I'll figure out something here. Yeah. Yeah, one way only. Okay, yeah. So I might have to figure something out there and see if I can fix that just because I'd like to make it so that it's a bit clearer. No, no, I don't. So I'll have to figure something out here. I'll see if I can fix it. But in the meantime, hopefully it'll be up tonight, if not tomorrow. But I think I should be able to do it tonight because I feel like I'm about halfway through. Like, I feel like that's the case. So, making more progress than before, which is good. So that's the hope. And hopefully I don't kill Daniel and have to start all over again because that'll be sad if that's the case. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it. And hope to see you all next time.